Pam Albert Manx, my name, and of course I'm the state coordinator, the newly inaugurated state coordinator for the Tax Justice and Governance Support Platform for Plateau State, the youngest and the most recently inaugurated and onboarded platform across Nigeria. There are 22. We are making the 23 states right now that is joining this movement. And basically, the Tax Justice and Governance Platform exists to advance fair taxation, equity, and also have people raise awareness among people in terms of taxpayer education, and also collaboration with revenue-generating agencies to see how we meet the goals in such a way that there is collective prosperity, and also people really understand more and more about the tax and taxation issues across Nigeria. The government have been very, very keen, especially this government of President Ahmed Bola Tinubu had been very, very keen in advancing taxation in different sectors so that more revenue will come to government that will be available for services and also a delivery of dividends of democracy across the whole country. But increasingly we see a lot of this happening with less and less of education among the masses, less and less of understanding. Even an average middle class Nigerian hardly would have very robust information around tax and taxation issues and how this affects and impacts his or her life. And so the emergence of the Tax Justice and Governance Platform gives us an opportunity, a window of opportunity for masses to actually be educated, and they can connect with the government, and then the aspirations will definitely be unified, and you find less and less of tax evasion and more revenue coming into the government coffers. About 2 months ago, or 6 weeks ago precisely, we had a session, a 2 days onboarding session here in Jos, where we had Abuja, we had Kano, we had Kaduna coming to share experiences of how they have fared. And that really gave us a lot of impetus and, of course, motivation to come together as civil society. And so right now on the plateau, we have a collection of over 32 civil society organizations and media and of course academia. We have professional bodies, we have trade unions, and a whole lot of this coming together, even students coming together to become members of the Plateau State chapter of the Tax Justice and Governance Support Platform. We're so excited because we're just beginning, but you can see, like I said 6 weeks ago, right now we are having our first capacity building, and we're dealing with critical issues around understanding the taxpayer education, understanding the principles that guides taxation, understanding budget development, and also budget literacy, empowering the members now with those vital and important guidance, and also understanding that they can connect and relate when they go out for tax awareness, information raising, collaboration seeking, and also partnership. And that is why we are here today. I'm so excited that we've gathered over 30 to 35 organizations and different members and stakeholders coming in and discussing this critical issue, finding ways that on the plateau we can actually surmount this quagmire of lack of information, and also raising awareness so that we can collectively come together on one table, understanding taxation issues and understanding the importance and how we can link this to development within our localities, within our small areas, within also our constituencies. From the poll that we took inside the hall, we look at different organizations, different people. What are they really? Are they really aware? And these are not average Nigerians. We're talking about civil society actors, very important people that can say things, and that they have influence over a whole lot of other people within their constituencies and the communities that they serve. And so that is clearly a huge signal of alarm for the government, that awareness is still not yet to trickle down. I appreciate the efforts of the National Orientation Agency, appreciate the efforts of some of the government agencies and what they are doing in terms of course, some of the income, or let me say the tax generating agencies. You find out that they are doing some level of awareness, but this education and our citizens awareness, citizens and population awareness needs to go and trickle down to the real masses, the market women in the markets where they are being taxed every day, keke napep riders, the Okada riders. There need to be concerted efforts, and that is why again the tax justice platform, a governance platform on the Plateau comes very, very handy, because we are a ready vehicle. Already we have the constituents, already we are connected to the communities, already there's credibility, already there is no any tension between we and the communities. So these tax reforms that are coming on board now, easily, by the time that we sharpen and increase our own awareness and understanding with this, it will be easier to communicate them. Imagine a situation where one agency is responsible to educate different stakeholders. It will take time, but imagine that 30 agencies, 30 organizations are really working to educate the masses. It will take time, but the time will definitely, you cannot compare it to one agency working there. So we are going to be involving lots of different tactics and different mechanisms. We will be educating the people on what the tax law is all about. We'll be educating the people on the implications of these tax laws. We'll be educating, and we'll be using different platforms, and that's different tactics basically. And of course, we'll be using the social media. We'll be using the regular media, radios. We'll be using community theater. We'll definitely be having one-on-one market storming. We'll storm markets, and then of course engagement, advocacy with basically all the unions and their associations and organizations.
How do you intend to handle that? Tax resistance.
Yeah, okay, so tax resistance basically comes as a result of lack of awareness and understanding. That is the hinge of it, lack of awareness and understanding. And so we believe that with the credibility that already the civil society across Plateau State, across the local government, we already exist to basically just fashion in this, and then we step in with our information and also with this, so that we can stem resistance and also avoidance to a very, very minimal. You will definitely find some people that would because they don't want anything to impact with their resources or with their income. But I tell you, it's a challenge that this platform is ready to face headlong, together with collaborating with the government.